By legal reviewing the let's say contract, so by ensuring that your legal team has review on these strong terms and conditions, so ensure that you involve these teams to help you by reviewing all of these legal contracts and terms to ensure that you are say safe in terms of having a strong terms and condition that could save you and the stakeholder rights. Again, stakeholder management and procurement ensures that the potential vendors' failures or market disruptions do not negatively impact the project. By identifying these risks early and having these mitigation strategies and assessing its impact on the project environment, the project teams can maintain the procurement stability. So the common framework here we always have is by identifying the risks. We talked about the supplier reliability, market fluctuations, and compliance issues as risks. We talked about assessing the impact by evaluating the potential consequences on the project objectives is if one of these risks materializes and causes an issue to the project. We talked about how to develop strategies by having a contingency plans and risk mitigation approaches involving the legal team. And finally, we talked about implementing and monitoring, let's say, strategies by executing these strategies to continuously track these risk-related procurement factors. Now let's talk about the audits, performance reviews, and procurement. Audits and performance reviews are one of these tools or important tools that we have covered as part of controlling the procurement under the monitoring and controlling process. So types of the procurement audits we have here is procurement audit or process audit. Process audit is like ensuring the procurement steps follows the guidelines. The next type of procurement audit here we have is performance audit. And performance audit is like evaluating the vendor efficiency and adherence to the requirements and guidelines. You might have performance audits in terms of financial, let's say, audits in terms of performance. Thirdly, we have this procurement or financial audit as part of the procurement audit. And financial audit, it's like verifying the proper invoicing and payments that is made to the vendors or suppliers at the same time, or let's say in the agreed upon, let's say, terms and conditions when meeting a certain deliverable. Procurement audits are important for ensuring the adherence for the contract and performance benchmarks and financial accountability. By conducting regular audits and at regular intervals, organizations can identify any inefficiencies before they escalate into costly problems. Here are some of these tools and techniques that is used to monitor your procurement. So you have this procurement dashboards where it's used to have a real-time tracking of the vendor performance, maybe in terms of number of deliverables, number of, let's say, invoicing, pending invoices, pending deliveries, pending features to be implemented, pending floors to be built, pending hardwares to be procured and installed. It's like, it summarizes all of these aspects in terms of procurement that you're working with a vendor for. You also have this contract management software where it's considered as a centralized contract oversight to save and to keep all of these contract, let's say, in a safeguard. It's like a repository of all of these contracts. You also have this e-procurement system where it automates the purchase approvals and invoicing. The fourth tool here we have is supplier scorecards. And supplier scorecards is like procurement dashboard to track and compares the vendor performance. Technology nowadays plays a key role in procurement monitoring. By using all of these tools we have talked about, it allows the project managers to streamline the vendor oversight and ensure the compliance and also improve the decision making. Let's look at one of these case studies where there's an effective communication control in one of these construction projects. Let's say if there is a scenario where a construction company faced some delays due to the inconstant cement delivery in one of these construction projects. So you have an issue with inconstant cement deliveries. By implementing a vendor performance tracking system and having a dashboard, you as a project manager has identified there are some delays that might face the project. And by revising the contract terms with penalty clauses, you put the vendor on, let's say, on responsibility to handle these risks in a more serious way. By revising these contract terms and conditions and adding these penalty clauses, the let's say this has improved the delivery compliance from 70% to 95%, preventing extra delays to the project. This case study has highlighted how active procurement monitoring and control or contract adjustment has helped the project manager to reduce the supply chain risks, maintain the schedule integrity. And to summarize our long session on controlling the resources and procurement here, we talked controlling the resources focuses on ensuring that all of the allocated physical resources are being utilized in a more efficient way. Also, procurement control ensures the contract compliance and vendor accountability. We also looked at performance monitoring and tools and techniques like audits and reporting dashboards to help you track the procurement effectiveness. We also looked at some of these risk management and risk or common risks that appear in procurement management. We also looked how to mitigate some of these risks with their strategies to prevent the procurement disruptions. Finally, we looked at using these procurement management tools, the softwares, the scorecards, dashboards, the e-procurement system, and contract management software to improve the efficiency and transparency within your procurement processes.